Yes. Halo semuanya, kembali lagi di Summer Dreams dan kali ini kita lanjutin perjalanan kita di visual novel KukkoroDays dan kemarin itu habis nemenin si Cattelia belanja di Akihabara dan beli buku Grimore dan kita kehabisan uang ya, dan terus habis itu nyelamatin bla bla bla, nyelamatin ibu dan ade, dan tiba-tiba Cattelia pun ya tahu lah ya, jadi waifu idaman. Dan sekarang kita langsung kembali ke rumah, nggak tahu mau ngapain ya, tapi ya coba kita lanjut aja hari ini. Ya, we know that interdimensional travel is possible, but without the necessary magical power we'll never able to cast the spell, which is why we need to find out how to obtain enough magic to make it happen.
殺せ!
Baru pulang gitu udah bunuh aku gitu. Mau ngapain? Not that again. No, what? A few hours has passed since she started reading that book, and I can't count the number of times I heard this favorite phrase of hers since then.
暗号化されている部分を解析してみたんだが、ただの料理のレシピだった。
Cooking recipe. Grimore isinya buku resep.
こんなものをわざわざ暗号化するなんて、どういう魔法使いだ?
Who knows someone who doesn't want anybody to know it?
全くもって理解できん。また時間を無駄にしてしまったぞ。
Cattelia has basically been like this since she started reading the Grimore. Pertama kali baca Grimore ngomong bunuh aku like. Ya elah, apa nggak ada omongan lain apa selain itu? The author has apparently accounted just about anything from recipe and introduction on making children toys to idle complaints about his neighbor at the time.
まあいい。とりあえず分かったことがある。この本の著者はおおよそ400年前にこちらの世界に来たようだ。
400 tahun yang lalu. Wow. Aduh, lama banget ini, udah 4 abad. Gila. 400 years. Wow.
将軍とやらが治世をしていた時代のようだな。侍という騎士のような立場の者もいたと書いてあった。
Kok jadi biru sih? 400 years ago, when the shogun and samurai were around, would mean the Edo period, right? I'm supposed that a book written by someone who lived so long ago survived until now, looking as good as new. I didn't she say something about the spell of deterioration? Sorry. Once again, I faced with the reality of how convenient magic actually is. The only bottleneck being that I can't use it without the prediction for it. Person who wrote that already went back to his own world, right?
そのようだ。伴侶と死別した直後に子を残して一人で旅立ってしまったらしい。
Wow, that's so sad. Even if he managed to get back home, that story is just too depressing. From the perspective of a bonded child, it must be like losing two parents at once.
魔導書の最後のページは子供や伴侶への感謝の気持ちが綴られていた。これは暗号化されていないな。キくんが心配しているような悲しい別れではなかったようだ。
Okay. I'm not distressed.
恥じる必要はない。 そうやって誰かの気持ちを想像できるのはキくんが優しいからだろう。
Terima kasih, kamu itu orang baik ya. Terima kasih. Being told that directly to my face is making me even more embarrassed. Anyhow, the information we gained from the Grimore wasn't much more than that. As to most, the crucial method for getting magical power, Cattelia refused to tell me the secret method that's written in the book.
他に魔力を手に入れる方法を探す必要があるな。
There is nothing that comes to mind. After all, you found that Grimore right away with your magic detection spell.
運が良かっただけだ。魔力探知は試しているんだが、他にはピクリとも反応がない。魔力を得るためには大気中の魔力を取り込むか、魔力を秘めたモンスターを倒す必要があるんだが。
Monster? My eyes grown wide as the words from fantasy world are thrown into the conversation. Wait a minute. In fact, I'm discussing spells and magic, and in other words, as if they were normal conversation topics, is already fantastical enough.
魔力だまりから生まれる異形のことだ。こちらの世界には魔力がないから無縁なのかもしれないな。
After saying this, Cattelia suddenly scientifically.
モンスターどもの討伐も我々騎士団に与えられた重要な役目だったんだ。
Oke, kayak bunuh monster gitu ya. Ya kayak biasa quest gitu, bunuh monster dan dapat uang gitu kan. Kayaknya fighting monster, huh? It seems like being a game, but for Cattelia, I'm sure that it's possible undisputed reality. In our world, there is no such a thing as monsters. At least we never had a strange creature suddenly growing from a pool of magic.
モンスター討伐は騎士団だけでは手が回らない。冒険者や傭兵の手を借りなければならないこともある。それが私には気に入らないんだ。
That's wrong with it if they were willing to help.
奴らの戦いには信念がない。金のために戦う連中を私は信用しない。
Fight for, iya, ini kayak adventurer gitu. Dia nggak percaya petualang itu yang ngambil quest terus ambil uangnya gitu kan ya. Having gotten in the half, Cattelia counts to clear her throat.
頭が固いのは分かっているつもりだ。我が騎士団の騎士も彼らを歓迎する者がいるくらいだからな。だが仲間たちがどう考えようとも、私は私の誇りに嘘をつくことはできん。
Intinya ya, dia tuh nggak suka yang nggak orang itu bunuh monster demi uang gitu. Dia kalau dia itu sebagai kesatria bantu rakyat gitu ya, kayak gitulah ya. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with what they do? You are a bit stubborn, sure. But everyone has their own standpoint. Here is as the commander of the group, so now that I think of it, I wonder how old Cattelia is. Aduh, siap-siap kaget sih. Something tells me that she's far too young considering her position of commander. I feel hesitant about directly asking a girl her age, but I decide to try and figure it out in a roundabout fashion. How old were you when you became a commander, Cattelia? The perfect pricing, if I do say so myself. This way I can naturally confirm her age and I can avoid upsetting her at the same time. Yeah, bagus. Surprisingly, she answers me without slightest pause.
団長になったのは15だな。
15 become a commander when I muda banget gitu loh. 15 ya, that's my reaction then.
驚くのも無理はない。史上最年少の騎士団長だとして話題にもなったんだぞ。
Wow, 15 tahun loh. Cattelia looks a bit smug saying this. Wah, senang banget kayaknya. Rather than simply young, it sounds like he just a kid. Means about the age of a middle schooler, right? That's just improves how talented she must have been.
あれから経験を積んではきたが、まだまだ私は若輩だと自覚している。日々研鑽を積んでいかねばならない立場だ。
What do you mean?
私は代々騎士を輩出している一族の出身なんだ。その名に恥じる行いはできないだろう。
Itu dengan kalian yang memproduksi. Oh, you mean like that? I tilt my head to the side, unable to find proper response. Probably because idea of clan or family lineage has never held any interest for me. I do go visit my family at grave. Oh wow, periodically, but at the end it's nothing more than just one of those things.
キ君は一族に対するこだわりがないようだな。こちらの世界は皆そうなのか？
No, not exactly. I'm sure there are many people in this world who highly value family lineage and ancestors.
なるほどな。そういう場合もあるのか。
Ada yang percaya, ada yang banget peduli, ada yang enggak seperti itu. Cattelia nods unsatisfied with my answer. It's not that she shown any contempt, she just looked a little shocked at how driven our fellows are. Unlike me, your family lineage, that kind of thing that's pretty seriously, don't you, Cattelia?
当然だ。一族の習いに従い、騎士として生きるために幼少期から鍛錬してきたのだからな。
Hearing this, small doubt pops in my back of my mind. But why you, Cattelia? I always thought it's a man who usually become knights. I'm guessing a female knight might be a normal in your world.
いや、私の世界でも女性の騎士はそう多くはなかったぞ。
It's not a common thing. Berarti
私には男の兄弟がいないんだ。だから私が一族を継がなければならない。
nggak punya saudara laki-laki yang kan.
幸いなことに妹は多いから一族の血が途絶えることはない。私は時代の当主として騎士たる務めを全うするつもりだ。
Okay, aku jadi tahu background story. So you mean you won't get married or
騎
anything?
士である以上そうなるな。妹たちのこのうち誰かを養子として一族を存続させることができれば私の役目は終わりだ。
Sad bro, gak bisa menikah, tapi nanti coba kita lihat lah. I feel a bit dizzy listening to Cattelia explain all this with a dead serious expression. I can only imagine how society would reach if someone said this nowadays. If this isn't just me or reflecting much on my family ancestor, her view was huge different from those your average person in modern society. Cattelia, are you okay with that?
もちろん、それこそが私の望みだ。おかしなことを聞くのだな、キ君は。
Karena ya, udah lupakan saja. Well, as long as you don't mind, neither do I. I just driven kind of lie, I guess. Bohong ya. I literally one driven words is not something I would stick my nose into. And it's not like I've been considered that getting married is life greatest happiness. Ya, masa enggak sih? Anyway, I'm getting in the bed.
おお、風呂か。実に明暗だな。
Huh? Cattelia gets excited as long as I mention a bed.
私の国では湯船に肩まで浸かるのが礼儀だったんだ。こちらの世界でも同じような作法で良いのだろうか。
Beda. Yes, I think I'd be fine with the shower as well. When faced with Cattelia eyes sparkling excitement, I find possible to suggest that we avoid filling up the bathtub. Wait. Huh? When I did fall asleep? The same night that I fell asleep at some point. The reason my body aching all over must be due to the fact that I fall asleep directly on the floor. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that I looked turns taking bed with Cattelia, then I was reading a Grimore. I think I must be dozed off. I'm not one to stay up late, so it's usual of this kind of thing happen to me. Regretfully wishing that I gotten decent night's sleep, I forced myself to sit up when suddenly what was that? I heard the sound of shattering glass. Could be a burglar? No, Cattelia definitely have an attack in this case. I feel a little guilty taking about person like a guard dog, but I'm pretty sure that Cattelia would show no mercy to a burglar. I checked the bed, but don't see Cattelia anywhere. Which means it looked at the opposite side of the room. Cattelia standing near the kitchen, holding her sword and looking very pale. Her face are shattered sides of broken glass cup. Her feet are this wall. The second I see that, I understood what happened. Why are you seeing me short around?
キ君、これはだな。
Sounding upset, Cattelia being explained herself. Wait, don't take another step.
私に命令するのか？いや、しかし、私の不注意が原因で食器を。罰は受けて当然か。殺せ！
Ya elah, ini waifu kok maunya mati gitu. Udah jangan gitu kenapa? That's not what I mean. You're fit. You don't want to risk cutting yourself on those sorts of glass, right?
それはそうだな。すまない。誤解してしまったようだ。
Ya ayolah. I shrunk in embarrassment as Cattelia bows deeply into me. The glass of cup isn't worth of much since I brought at the 100 yen shop. Murah ya. Losing it doesn't hurt much. Taking a sweeper and dustpan its head, and I clean up the glass and throw it in the trash. I'll said, still, it sounds obvious that something like this would happen if you swing your sword around in such a narrow space.
すまない。勝手に外に出てはまずいかと思ってたな。
That's a weird excuse to make. I'm asking you not to wave your sword around in the room. Got it?
もう傷も癒えたことだし、体を鈍らせないためにもと思ったのだがな。
Heal it? There is no way that healed that quickly.
いや、本当だ。もう傷もほとんどない。キ君の処置のおかげだ。
That doesn't sound right. All I did was clean the wounds and wipe them with bandages. Sure, the cuts weren't deep, but they wouldn't just heal in a day or two. Does this mean that people recovery speed from her word defies the common sense of our world? Perhaps it's a part of the God divine protection or whatever. Wow, keren ya. Itu kekuatan begitu. I get that you are held up, but no more sword practice in the house.
すまなかった。今後は外でやることにする。
Hold on a minute. I have a feeling that's not a very good idea either. It's absolutely certain that woman wearing armor swinging around a real sword would be a major concern. First of all, she would be arrested under the violation of the sword and firearms control law.
だが、体を動かしていなければ、いろいろと考え込んでしまいそうなんだ。
Dwelling on things. You mean how return you to your word and all that?
考えてみてほしい。騎士団長が不在となれば、モンスターどもはともかく、他国にとっては好機だ。実際に戦争を起こすことはなくとも、プレッシャーをかけて有利な条件で、我が国と交渉ができるようになる。
And no one can take on your role in your absence.
国家とはそういうものだろう。 自分で言うのもなんだが、私の立場は高度に政治的なんだ。
Cattelia shakes her head. Her dark expression tells me that isn't the only issue, that it's much more serious.
何より、あの暴流ディアブロだ。奴には打撃を与えてはいるが、おそらくまだあちらの世界で生きている。傷を癒せば、きっと攻撃を再開するだろう。そうなれば、我が国にとっては未曾有の危機だ。
It's only natural that Cattelia is in pension, thinking of her responsibility to protect her kingdom where there's no time her be leisurely hanging around here. Still, it doesn't mean it's worth panic packing when nothing can be done. Even worse, if she gets in trouble with the law in this world, she'll have more panic over that than her search for a way back. Okay, I get that you want some exercise. However, inside the hot or set won't work, and real swords aren't allowed.
なあ、騎士から剣を奪うというのか？剣なき騎士など生きている価値がない。殺せ！
Oh ayolah, udah dong. No, I'm not asking you to forehand your sword.
では、どういうことだ？
I smell at Cattelia to try and pull her at edge. I have a nice idea. If you want to practice in your sword in peace, there is some place I have in mind.
本当か？
Yeah. Yeah. Let me just give them call. If I get permission, I'll go along with you. The place I ended up building Cattelia is the network Kendo Dojo. Apparently, today is some days of practice, but I made a special request to the dojo master, and he made me an exception for us.
こんな場所があったとはな。まさに鍛錬にはうってつけじゃないか。
It's not a very spacious dojo, but more than big enough for her to do sword practice. Here, Cattelia should be able to move around. Her heart is delight. When I was a kid, I trained at this dojo, even though I was basically forced to come here by my parents.
ほう、キ君、剣術の心得があったのか。
Yeah, well, just a little. When I was coming here, there is a practice known as a training as hell, where I prepared to fight the master and other belted students until I could barely stand. It was a thought that I ended up quitting and not entering into middle school. However, the master is something so family friend, so I stick my head in it to say hello at once in a while. When I called to explain Cattelia's situation, the master seems a little confused, but didn't really press answer in
本
particular.
当にこの場所を使っても大丈夫なのか？
I got permission, so you already don't worry about it. The master said he's going to stop by later. Cattelia will be able to borrow a wooden sword, pets, and a uniform as well. Try to rein Cattelia, those eagerness to start training is making her fidget, and I decided to get chance first.
メン
Shouting or casually, Cattelia is already nimbling, swinging around a bamboo sword.
これがキ君の国の剣術か。実に気持ちがいいな。
I'm glad you are enjoying, but you don't forget it that you are still healing.
もちろんだ。
Of course not. I have a doubt about whether she understand that or not. At the same time, I seem to drag my eyes away from Cattelia, prospering figure.
よし、なんとなく感覚はつかんできたぞ。
Is he serious? Cattelia's sword is one of the European ones. The style fighting is just using a Japanese bamboo sword is surprisingly supposedly totally different, but she can really guess so easily.
しかしあれだな、素振りだけではつまらないな。キくん、どうだ？一つ試合形式での稽古をしてみないか？
Dulu, ini apa coba? Bingung, anjir. Nantangin aja deh. Do you think you can beat me even though you are a beginner at kendo? You know I do some experience. Wah, jadi tantang, jadi nantangin waifu itu. However, you haven't been training in recently. Well, she's right about that. It's not really lame if I run away from the fight yet. I'm pretty sure I understand the extent of Cattelia's strength from the one incident of Akibahara. But even considering Cattelia is excellent knight, she's still a beginner when it's come to kendo. If I lose here as someone with experience, it wouldn't put me in an awkward position, no matter how slight that experience may be. Alright, I go pull against you. You don't complain if you lose.
いいだろう。こちらも本気で行かせてもらうぞ。
Yeah. Putting my helmet in the guards, I grip my bamboo sword. It's been quite a while since practicing kendo, so I wonder how quickly I'll be able to move. It's able when since I last felt this, isn't it?
準備はできたようだな。さあ、勝負と行こう。
Her voice lets me to turn around and her face. I see that Cattelia is already positioned without any helmet on. Hey, what about your helmet?
必要はない。キくんが私に一撃を入れられるとは思えないからな。
You're mocking me?
悔しければ実力でその評価を覆してみせるがいい。
Cattelia takes her stance, not giving me a choice in the matter. I almost believe I hear a cracking sound and I grip my sword in the cold sweat. Takut apa? Aduh, jangan gitu dong. Kita harus memperlihatkan kejantanan itu. Cattelia presents in razor sharp, melting through the room and shouting the right through me. Nothing going to start if we stand around like this all day. Gathering my energy, I am Cattelia Council. Yes, beginners usually don't know how to handle their gauntlets. I might be a childish move, but it will be a matter of my honor if I lose now. It may be written a long time ago, but at that time I've been proud of how hard I worked. After her hand, I go straight to her face and winning blow. As think of it, Cattelia suddenly disappeared from the before me and blink of an eye. I bisa, what the? Bisa pindah, bisa pindah gitu loh. Just after that, I feel an impact of a skull cracking blow hit back of my head. Bisa begitu. When I glance back, I wondering if something punched me from behind. I see Cattelia who have been facing me on the other side just a second ago. Bisa begitu? What? I completely comprehend that's happening to me.
さあ、もう一本行くぞ。
I'm hearing that I realize impact from the blow before there had been from Cattelia. It's nothing that's understand that going on, but being able to stop her next blow is something else entirely. Cattelia flashes out this 90-second time. I feel a sharp pain through my back of my head was shaking. Ah! Sakit tuh. I faintly an odd yell escaped from my lips. Ignoring my cries completely, I sense that Cattelia is closing in front for another blow. I suddenly raised my sword, trying to grasp against a blow to the face.
腹がガラ空きだぞ。
Wah, bisa begitu. The shock hits on my stomach with such force that I think I'm going to be thrown against the wall. The impact so powerful that doubles wouldn't be a cut in the two without my armor. No way. I can't beat her. It's hopeless. Just an issue of a driven ability or experience. In our sense of fighting, it's at its core completely driven. Wah, kalah loh. Kalah loh. After that, we'll try a few practice matches, but the trend of being beaten to a pulp of continues more than a few times.
よし、この程度でいいだろう。ありがとう。良い運動になった。
Gila, jangan, aduh, nih advice aja ya, jangan sombong gitu. Likewise, thank you. I sunk past the point of simply losing confidence. I sink to the floor on the spot, disappointed. I feel a sense of hopelessness at my lack of skill and at how out of shape I am.
そう落ち込むな。キくんからの元気はなかなかのものだったぞ。だが、そうだな。もう少し体を動かしておくとするか。幸い、別の稽古相手が見つかりそうだからな。
Huh? There's nobody to practice with other than me. That's what I think until I follow Cattelia lens of vision. What if I find there is some dojo discipline sneakily watching us? I wasn't today supposed to be day off? I hearing from afterward there's rumor of a beautiful visitor later sudden of to coming round.
彼らも私と戦ってみたいようだ。相手をしてやるのが礼儀というものだろう。
Wow, nantangin lu. Saying this, she strolls over to where the students are. 1 hour later, after truly beating everyone there, belted students included Cattelia had scattered the respect of entire dojo. Cattelia, looking satisfied after her defeated every student in the dojo, disappears into the dressing room, get ready to get home. I should probably get a chance to. Thinking about this, I walked to the dojo and the senior student stopped me. Hey, can I talk to you for a second? Is anything wrong? I can't believe that the ideal with a ridiculously strong beauty. I can very well admit that she knight from another world. Even I did. In the end, there is no way he believed me. Oh, honestly, I don't know her too well, but I'm pretty sure she descended of a knight of some kingdom somewhere. Mostly lie, with the exception of part of her being a knight. The smartest way to lie is sneak some truth into your conversation. This kind of a knight superhumans are really do exist in this world. Yeah. How did he believe me? Kamu ada pembohong yang hebat. Somehow it's looked that she is satisfied with my clumsy attempt at an explanation, mumbling some about next the word. The senior student says she going to practice before heading home, even though it's all day off. He's probably shocked at being crossed by a blonde beauty who appeared out of nowhere. I'm going to change now. I have a feeling he didn't hear me. However, I don't want to risk revealing my story to him anymore and head to changing room before it's too late. I'm lucky he didn't ask me why any strange question. I might have relevant something if he'd gone digging for details. I loosened the belt from on my dojo uniform, and I opened the door and changed to the changing room. Oh, oh my god! Oh, yes. Wow, gede juga ya, lumayan. Wah. Opening the door, the scenes that jump out at me is that of Cattelia in her underwear. What is this? Oh, I suddenly overwhelmed the sight of elegant underwear and her beauty of soft skin informing a slim, strong figure. She must have been in the middle changing out her uniform. The clothes hanging half of her figure made her look even more sensual than if she were only in her underwear. The time did pass, but must been no more than a few seconds. But for me, there are longest a few seconds of my life. What are you doing here? There's only words I managed to force out. A warning bell crunches on my head, telling that I'll be in trouble if I keep going in this direction. The first I should peacefully leave, then I do my best to firmly apologize to Cattelia. This was an unavoidable accident. I mean, this is really trying to think up the next excuse. I don't think that's woman changing room. I swear I didn't intend to. Cattelia silently listening to my excuses and suddenly says something in a small voice. However, the noise are practiced from the dojo mixer with her voice, and I can't quite catch what she says. Huh?
早く閉めろと言っているんだこの大バカ者
Iya, keluar. Saying this, she grabs the bamboo sword on one hand and swings it down swiftly in my direction. Luckily, it wasn't direct hit, but my hair is ruffled the blast from the sword. I'm so sorry! I swing the door that's shut quickly and drops gently in the front of the changing room. Of course, changing room in dojo is co-ed. Even though I swear I did remember that when I first changed. How I'm supposed to face Cattelia now? She might be pissed at me again. I feel even more depressed at that though. Mbak Cattelia, maafkan aku nggak sengaja. She didn't even give me a chance to explain myself. I passed Cattelia when she finished changing and my turn to use the changing room, but she doesn't even glance in my direction. Aduh, marah, waifuku marah. She furious differently. What girl wouldn't be angry if a guy explicitly stood staring fixedly at her while she was half naked? It's not like I'm some peeping Tom, but it should be grounds of consideration. But that was unexpected. I thought Cattelia would wear underwear like that. Dibayangin lagi. I don't know much about women's underwear, but his been pretty cute. Agree loh, mas bro. Maybe Cattelia was like a cute thing, so she thought she was found in this world. No, it can't be thinking of this. I first gotta apologize to Cattelia. I determined and I call out Cattelia, who waiting for me by the main door of the dojo. Marah, maafkan aku. So sorry to keep you waiting. Aduh, siap-siap digeprek nih, sumpah jadi ayam geprek kepalanya, kepala geprek jadinya. Cattelia stares at me without a word. A strong sense of intimidation emanating from her causes me to reflectively take a step back, but I can't let my self-determination waver now. About what happened, I'm sorry. That's also, please forgive me. Maafkan aku, Mbak Cattelia. Kita masih bisa baikan kan? I straightened my back with snap, then above her deeply until my body reaches right angle. If this doesn't work, I'm ready to get on my knees and known to her. But next moment, Cattelia slauntered and quickly looked up. What are you? This is the first time I've been see Cattelia so exuberantly. However, I can't help but feel irritated that she finds this moment of the definition mine was so hilarious.
いや、すまない。笑うつもりはなかったんだ。
Ya emang waifu idaman banget, sumpah.
キくんは真面目な男だな。そういう姿勢はとても大事だと思うぞ。
What? You are not really
い
angry?
や、怒り心頭だったぞ。何しろ、殿方に裸を見られた経験などないからな。
Gentleman, thank you! Gentleman lo, wow.
だが、キくんの謝罪する姿を見て、怒りなんて吹き飛んでしまった。こちらからも謝罪しよう。キくんに体がないことは分かっていたんだが、頭に血が上っていたようだ。
Gak apa-apa, aku tenang aja. After saying this, Cattelia bows to me as well. Feel awkwardly, she apologized to me. I even though I the one who saw her in her underwear. No, you don't need to apologize. Let's go home. Why don't we? After sweating so much, don't you want to a shower?
そうだな。
Are you going home already, Mr. Cattelia? He at ripe of age 70 already, but skilled with the sword can be denied. Master, thank you so much for letting us use the dojo today. Oh, it's nothing. It will be even better if you decided to restart the Kenjo. Well, I don't think I'll be taking up Kenjo again at this point. It's not that I hate it, but owing to the weakness I feel that having a quit once already, I just can't bring myself to agree to start again. Well, it's your life. You should do as you wish. Thank you. I can feel her master's words that truly cares about me. He's so kind and probably one of the reasons that his dojo is so loved. By the way, young lady.
私のことか?
Yes, your observing your practice session was truly excellent. You have outstanding talent. After seeing you, I have a small favor to ask.
頼み?
Oh, this is nothing difficult. Would you give me a moment of your time? Cattelia tilts her head to the side and confusion, then look at me. I see what she's making me that she should do, and I'm not information. The master wouldn't ask anything unreasonable for her. I'll be waiting outside, listening to the master needs from you. I'm sorry, I'm just a minute with her. Of course, thank you for today, master. After thanking him, I head off outside. Whatever the master has asked Cattelia, she wouldn't speak a word until we got home. The reason being she seems to be worrying about something. I'm sure that he asked for her, but heavy atmosphere prevented me from asking her any question. Would the master have said something rude to her? No, he wouldn't never do that. I know the master well. She's such a noble woman that might be thinking of her unworthy mountain hermit. I'm sure he wouldn't do anything drive Cattelia into a corner.
どうしたものかな。
After showering Cattelia eating dinner, Cattelia still just as passive as before. I can't let things to go on like this. Cattelia, what are you worrying about? If you are in trouble, I can talk. Can you talk to me about it?
そうだな。申し訳ない。
I started expression appears on Cattelia's face and she looks straight at me.
実はな、例の師範から道場の師範代を任せたいと言われたんだ。
Di master. What? Baru datang jadi master jadi. Acting
報
master?
酬も払うと言われた。そのお金があれば、貴君に恩返しもできるだろう。
That will be a big help. Not only commission but will benefit Cattelia to practice in the dojo training as well. Continuing to forge her skills so not become a weak is just what she hoped for. You are so confused? It seemed like a good deal.
それはそうだが、私はそもそもこの世界の住人ではない。それに、こちらの世界に長居するつもりもないんだ。魔力を得る方法さえ見つかれば、すぐにでも戻るつもりでいる。いついなくなるかわからないような私が、師範代なんて大事な役目を任されてもいいものだろうか。
I understand, satisfied as her answer. With Cattelia's silenced character, I'm sure she wouldn't go halfway put the position of being his instructor. Why not? The master wouldn't expect you to take on all of his duty.
そうかな。私もできることならこの頼みを受けたいと思っているんだ。
Even if you end up leaving unexpectedly, I live explained to him somehow. You shouldn't worry, Cattelia. Apparently, my words have had the right effect. She nods and tells me that she decided to accept his offer. Still, I wonder why she suddenly asked you.
師範が腰を痛めてしまったらしくてな。代わりが務まるものを探していたと言っていたぞ。
By the way, are you good at teaching, Cattelia? Ya iyalah, masa enggak sih komentar kok. Cattelia confidently respond to my question.
君は私が騎士団の団長ということを忘れたのか？人を統率し、教育するのは得意中の得意だ。
I can sense that she particularly wants to snicker in smudges.
多少厳しいかもしれないが、皆を立派な剣士に育て上げてみせる。
Fine swordsman. Just saying. But you know this is kind of scandal, right?
わかっている。騎士の剣術と剣道の剣術は違う。だが、剣道と我が国の剣術はなぜか似ている点も多い。教えることは造作もない。
I'm shocked at her unexpected words. Still truly possible that the swordsmanship of another world knight and Japanese kendo can actually be similar. The sword and Cattelia hold us truly a European style and sword, completely different from a Japanese katana. What exactly do they have in common?
まずは構え方だな。剣の基礎的な握り方は、剣道と我が剣術は全く同じだ。無軌道の体さばきも我が国の剣術に通じるものがある。
Oh, I see. I focus suppose that kinds of coincidence exist, but I can't help feeling constrained. Just like the mage who wore the Grimore, there are people who back and forth from Cattelia wars into our own. If there is somehow a connection between our words, I can imagine that we could also have some influence on each other. Not that anything will change just because of that. Nor does Cattelia knows how to get back to her own world. Sensing that I about to go to a spiral unproductive thinking, I decide cut off his train of thought. Alright, you are going to work in the dojo. We should get a water bottle and a lunchbox. We can use an empty plastic bottle water. I think I should have an empty lunchbox around it.
そこまで気を使ってくれなくても大丈夫だぞ。弁当いるだろう。
Ya nggak apa-apa lah buat waifuku tercinta. Aku akan melakukan apapun untuk. Don't worry, I make a lunch for myself as well. I will save money. Basically, it won't worth cooking something if I know that someone else is going to enjoy it along with me.
キくんがそう言うのならば甘えさせてもらう。すまないな。キくんのためにも早く魔力を得る方法を見つけなければ。
Subjectively glancing at her mumbling Cattelia out of the corner of my eye, I take a particularly brand new lunchbox out of it, the cardboard. Nice! I can use this one. Cattelia's new life begins with her investigation of her Grimore during the day and leaving for the dojo to reach when it's open for practice. Ya, terima kasih untuk melihat. Terima kasih telah menonton episode kali ini, dan untuk kelanjutannya ya insya Allah bisa ya, secepatnya saya akan buat. Dan jangan lupa untuk like dan subscribe ke video ini dan ke channel Selamat Dream juga buat support kami. Dan habis itu ya udah gitu aja. Ya semoga kalian bisa ketemu pasangan idaman kalian seperti Cattelia tadi, dan sampai jumpa lagi. Bye bye.